my dears, it's me, Rebecca the Book Nester, and I'm here on a Friday night because I had a little bit of a delivery today. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a picture which kind of has me feeling I'm walking the book buyer's walk of shame. So here's the story. This is my story and I'm sticking to it. Now, a couple of weeks ago, apparently, I must have broken into a bottle of, a lovely bottle of red, or maybe champagne, or, you know, maybe even good old Boddington's here, maybe, or vodka, or, I don't know, fill in whatever bottle you might be thinking about, and maybe I then went and found a book depository sale. And this is the end result. And I have to be really honest, I think there's more to come. You know, I had the same thing happen a couple of months ago, almost 3 months ago now, whenever I went to think I was going to go have lunch with my son, and when I gave him a phone call, he said, "Oh, Mom, that'd be great, but I already have lunch plans." Okay. You love that? Okay. He had lunch plans, not pans. He had lunch plans. Oh, I have lunch plans with my girlfriend's mother for lunch. Oh, to my heart. And so it begins. So unhappily, not happily, but unhappily, but in my own way, found a way to cope with it, and I went and visited Barnes & Noble. And that is all the books that I showed you previously that were sitting on my shelves. Now, I have never done a haul. And when I first started watching BookTube, I did watch a lot of hauls. And these people do an amazing job of holding up 25 books that they hauled and being able to get through them in 10 minutes. If you've watched any of my videos, I can't get through one book review without it being well over 10 minutes. I've tried. I just want to talk about them too much. So I was like, oh, you could never do a book haul. The other thing is I kind of stopped watching them because all they were doing was telling me what the book's about because they hadn't read them, so I didn't hear their opinions. And then I got all hyped up because these are all the new books, and then I was like, oh, but I had all these books on my bookshelves to read, so I just kind of stopped watching hauls after a while, and I guess that's why I've never really done them. This one I have literally, I don't know, this is funny. I like to think of this as therapy because I'm here chatting with you about this fact that I obviously went on a drunken book buying binge. I mean, honestly, I knew that I had books coming, but when you see them stacked up because they all arrive on the same day, 2 weeks after, when you just walk home, come in from work, it's a little bit shocking. So maybe this is me trying to look for some therapy. The problem is, I'm looking to a bunch of other people who absolutely love books and will be like, what? There's nothing wrong with that. You just did a book haul. So literally the other thing I have is that the only books I really typically buy are hardbacks because I figure if I like the book, I want to keep it. That's kind of what my collection is. And I know everybody has their opinions, hardback, paperback, big print, little print, I don't know, 15 different versions of the same book, whatever. But for me, I enjoy a good hardback. And I like, if I'm going to keep it into a collection, I'm going to keep it, maybe even reread it again. I like that feel. So the thing I like about Book Depository is that I can sort by hardback only. Now they might have 5 different versions of the same book, but normally I can go in and really pick and make sure that it's hardback. Now all of them are going to be those remandered cut ones or slightly damaged. I've never had a problem with a spot being on my book. So like in this case, let's look at this one. Well, see, I mean, even this one, Amber Spyglass, I mean, it's a 20th anniversary. I think it's beautiful. Like I said, I think there's more coming because I got the other one. Well, there's 3 in this series. I got one more in this series that should look just like this. And then through A Books, I thought I bought the very first one in the series that's the 20th anniversary, but that one hasn't arrived. So again, might have more coming. Crazy. Anyway, nice little hardback, beautiful cover. You know, this is white. And I actually looked at it, and there's no spot saying it's a remandered or anything. I don't see any damage, so if it was one of the damaged ones, I just got it on a good price. So that was nice. That's the other problem. Book Depository, I can get these hardbacks for like $5 or $6, and I have to tell you, a lot of my half-price books or my used bookstores I go into, finding hardbacks that are only $5 or $6 is tough. The closest I get is at library sales when you can buy them for $1. And remember my theory that if I'm not absolutely in love or don't think I'm going to reread these, I'm going to give them to my library to do a resale, and I have a feeling that hardbacks might be easier to resell. And if they decide to put it in the library, kudos for them. I don't know if that's even legal. And I don't know that my library does that. I'm not saying they do. I have no idea. I just know how to check out books from a library. I know nothing about how libraries work in any way whatsoever. Absolute don't know. So the next book that I picked up was the Chilbury Ladies Choir. This has been on my list for a while. I get a list every month from the library. They're librarians. I can't even remember the name of it. And if I do remember it or bother to go out and look for it, I'll put the information down below. But there is this list that I'm a part of that every month I get recommendations of what librarians have read that would be coming out in the next month. Make sense? I assume librarians get advanced copies of things, they read them, and then they decide they're going to order them for their libraries. Again, I don't know anything about libraries. Y'all can help me. Y'all can help me if I'm way off. And then they have this newsletter that goes out and rates the top 10 books and suggestions from librarians all over the United States. So I get a lot of these little insights and start looking for them. Well, most of these books, if they're hardback and I'm getting them through Book Depository, that was almost a year ago. That's the advantages of not reading being on top of stuff. Being behind on trends and everything else, there's some benefit. It's called $5 book. That's a hardback, and everybody liked it. So we'll see. So I'm just going to tell you the names of the books. I don't even, in fact, you know what? If you really want to know, I'm going to give you the names and everything. I'm not even going to put all the information down below like I normally do, like all the books and their links and stuff. What I might do is just type out the books. I just won't put the links in that way. If you're interested, you can at least see the name of it. Again, I'm really bad at hauls. I've never done one. I don't know the real value, and I'm not going to go through what all these books are. I'm just going to show them and let me know. This is more the importance of my book haul. So I've already committed. I probably should be committed, but I've already committed to these books by buying them, bringing them into my home, and giving them space. What appears are probably going to stay on my table for a while because I don't have enough bookshelves in my house anymore. If you've read any of them, let me know. Let me know what your feelings were, your excitement, or whatever. Just let me know if you've read any of them. I've already had one response on Instagram that seems to have known this book, which this was a lot that I saw, Hex. Now this one actually came as a recommendation from Stephen King. No, not him personally. Well, it was him personally, but not personally to me. It was in like this big magazine article that when I finished 11/22/63, that book, and was so in love, I started looking up, and anytime somebody said something Stephen King recommends, I went out and looked at it, and this was one of the books that he did recommend, and it's really spooky and ooky. I'm very confused about this book, though. I can't figure out where it's really set, and I think that the author is not from the United States, and at some point I thought this was in the Hudson Valley, and the Hudson Valley I'm thinking is here near Albany, New York area. I don't know, but I think it's going to be pretty cool, but I think some people have already read this, so let me know. Let's see, another one. This one. What is this? See, these are all new to me. I didn't even know I ordered them. Empire of Deception, From Chicago to Nova Scotia. It's the incredible story of a master swindler who seduced a city and captivated a nation. Let's see. Oh, you always like this. It's a guilty pleasure reminders on the back. About Chicago, the Roaring 20s, blah, 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 blah. Enter a slick, smooth-talking, charismatic lawyer named Leo Koritz. Oh, this is the guy who, created almost like a Ponzi scheme before Ponzi. This was one of the original ones, so very interesting. Thinking this definitely is maybe a nonfiction November read. Woohoo! Oh, another nonfiction November possibility, not that I don't have 5,000 of them, is The Genius of Birds. Okay, this is totally, yeah, a cover buy. Yes and no. I have been getting a lot of recommendations from people about reading about birds and the animals in the animal kingdom and how people are writing about them. Sorry, well, they're reading what people have written about the animal kingdom and the behaviors and all that. And it's interesting because I love it when you see it on a documentary. I'm like, ooh, that's cool, that's cool. Ooh, can you believe that? You know, I'm always interested. So why the heck I'm not reading more of these? I don't know, but we're gonna give this one a definite time, probably in November, maybe, or earlier. You know, summer read. This would be great in the summer because I have so many birds around here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for being here while I rattle on about this. Again, these are all new. You know, 2 weeks is a long time at my age, and sometimes you forget what you did. And when you come home to this many books sitting on your porch, get a little excited going, what did I do? All right, so now we have Frederick Backman. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. Now, I know he's done another one. You know how I know he's done another one? Because I bought it. I'm sorry. This is going to be really silly, but it's Friday night. I've had a wonderful week at work. I've had some really funny things happen. I went and had a great time with some friends after work, and now I come home to books. I'm giddy, and nobody else is here, so I thought I would chat with you. So sorry. Anyway, so yeah, so he's written 2 books. Obviously, both of them. I mean, I've heard about this one, and Britt Marie Was Here is like one that keeps popping up all over the place. And it has a mouse on a soccer ball. I mean, really, you gotta get a book with a mouse. Again, yeah, I don't know. There's no way I can summarize that. But you can go look it up, and you know what? Goodreads will tell you what the book's all about. And this one, A Man. Oh, he's the guy who wrote A Man Called Of. Did you know? Yeah, you knew that. And that's another book. It wasn't on here. I'll have to keep my eye open. So yeah, so wow. 3 books. They're all really, well, 2 books I own. There's 3 books that he's written. And so I'm looking really forward to diving into these. I bet you've read them. Everybody else has read all of these. Y'all are like, gosh, woman, this is old books. I'm about to fall off my stool, so sorry, I'm a little bit wiggly. Now, this is another one that came up on the library suggestions that I was talking about before. So I've had it on my radar, and I've been kind of like looking, and it was called The Dollhouse by Fiona Davis. It is set in New York City. You know, I have really, in the last year or 2, really started pulling a lot of New York type based books, and of course the turn of century, but also the 30s and 40s and 50s. I mean, all that time is really kind of fascinating. And this one takes place, let me make sure. Oh yeah, at the Barbizon. The Barbizon. So another interesting book. Again, The Dollhouse. I know nothing about these books besides it's in New York at the Barbizon. Yeah, okay. Now this one I know nothing about, but the greatest reviews, I have heard about this over and over. Oh no. I'm going to pause here because I cannot remember. I can see her beautiful face. She is absolutely gorgeous and lovely. It's a BookTube channel, and you know when I watch these BookTube videos and somebody can't remember another booktuber's name, or they can't remember an author's name, or you know, whatever it might be, I always get frustrated because I'm like, you know, you can edit it, you can stop filming, you can go, you know, you could go look it up. But since this is totally unplanned, I didn't do any of that, and I cannot remember this booktuber's channel for the life of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here. We're going to freeze for a second, and I'm going to put in her channel. I'm going to go find it and put it in and put it here because she is absolutely lovely, and she is a huge lover of this book. And then I'll come back and talk about the book. Was that helpful? I hope it was. Sorry. Yeah, this is all over the place. All right, so it is Kate Morton, Lake House. And that booktuber that I just put up there, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. She is so... Life Between Words, did I get it right? I think that's her name. I think I did remember it. Oh well, you'll know if I did, because I put the name beforehand, and if I did remember her name. But anyways, so she has talked about Kate Morton, and she's talking about the Lake House, and she really likes the books. And I don't know that I picked up any books that she's recommended until I had this on my radar. I had it on my list because I'm a list maker. I'm an organizer list maker, you know. And so I finally got this one. Absolutely beautiful cover. What's it about? A house next to a lake. There we go. This one, I have to say, is probably another one that was a little bit of a cover buy. And it's one that I had in my basket way before I went in and did my ridiculous book buying under the influence. And that's The Outer Cape by Patrick Dacey. Beautiful cover to me. So the Cape and the Maine coastline and all that is someplace I really want to explore now that we've moved up in this part of the world a little bit closer. I'm hoping this summer to make a trip or two. Thought this would be a great summer read. According to Mary Gateskill, author of The Mare, haven't read that, don't know her name, but she says this is a beautiful and he's a beautiful and natural writer. So thank you, Mary, whoever you are. Let's see, can I look at anything? It's a debut novel about how new generations atone for the sins of the old in small town America. Okay, there you go. That's a clear standing and understanding, right? Sorry, beautiful cover. Go ahead, look at it. Something must have been good about it, because I did read the descriptions before I bought them. I didn't just buy them. All right, and this one is a Kate Shackleton mystery. Never read one. Death of an Avid Reader, Frances Brody. I love the cover, love the idea of books about books and books, and not sure that I want the avid reader to die, because that's not good. I have a bunch of books, so hopefully it's not me that does. I've enjoyed all 5 of the Kate Shackleton books, but this is the best so far. So, obviously book number 6 or book number 5 it's obviously a series. I didn't know that. So we'll read it, see if I like it, and then we'll go from there. If you've read any of Kate Shackleton's mysteries, let me know what you think. And now we have The Daughter of Sherlock Holmes, just because I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan. I've been reading quite a few different versions and new versions. I recently listened to The House of Silk, Anthony Horowitz. Fantastic, really great to listen to. Really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really interesting. A little more edgy and a little bit more dark than what you would have seen typically from Mr. Doyle, or Conan Doyle. Dr. Conan Doyle. Oh no, yeah, he was. Dr. Conan Doyle. Sorry, double guessing myself a lot. So here, look, I just looked at the time. It's 17 minutes. See, I can't do this. How do y'all go through? I'm not even telling what the books are about, and I'm rattling on so long. Sorry. Oh, did I tell you the name? Maybe we did. The Daughter of Sherlock Holmes. So interested to try another version. I think this is another kind of beginning series one. We'll see. And then the last one the last one that I'm going to show you, because there's 4 books over there that I'm not going to talk about, and that's because I've got a whole other thing about when the rest of them show up to tell you about that crazy acquisition and why I acquired them. And actually, they're more to blame for this than anything, because I went out looking for those, and then I think I just got distracted by all the wonderful books on Book Depository at a really cheap price. Anyway, so last one, The Bookshop on the Corner. Again, this is another one that was on my library recommends that I had gotten sometime last year. I have a little list. I was like, oh, there it is, hardback, which is lovely. Because remember, if it's being recommended by the librarians, that's the year it's coming out. So anything I got recommended last year would have been in 2017. So typically books start out in hardback. Not all of them. Some go straight to paperback. I know that. I know. So I'm not making this the whole thing. But this one, so they're in hardback, and of course I like that. So Book Deposit, again, is fantastic because I can go, hey, I can get my hardbacks, and I can get them for $5 or $6. Yeah. I do buy books at full price. I really do, to support authors and stuff, but I can't resist a good bargain. Yeah. All right. This is insane. I'm now at 18 minutes or whatever. I went through, I don't even, how many was it did he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books? 13, 14 books? And I didn't tell you anything about any of them besides that I just got them and they were waiting for me when I came home. So I wanted to share with everybody else. Like I said, I think I was looking for therapy, but I don't think I came to the right place because all of you understand what it's like to do a little buying the books. Buying books under the influence. Thanks for watching. I know it's been silly. Thanks for sticking through. If you watched all the way to the end, bravo, kudos, whoop whoop to you. And as I always say, keep turning those pages. Have a good weekend.